Hello students, welcome back to this new session. Let us continue with the problems on the topics which we have discussed in the previous session. Okay, previous session we discussed the theory related to these type of problems. Here I have just given you one example. Solve the third d cube y by dx cube minus 2 times d square y by dx square plus 4 times dy by dx minus 8y is equal to 0. Now this is a linear differential equation of order 3. Okay, how do you solve it? Okay, now as you see, the right hand side of this differential equation is equated to 0. So what do you think? What type of equation is this? This is homogeneous linear differential equation, is it not? And in the previous session I had just given a small theory, or I should say a small way of writing the solution for a homogeneous linear differential equations with constant coefficients. Okay, you see these are all constant coefficients for us. Okay, so now let us continue with the solution. Okay, how we'll write the solution for this? See here, first I told you you have to replace every d by dx. Okay, solution goes as you have to replace every d by dx by capital D. I told you throughout this module we'll be doing this. Okay, so this equation will become d cube y minus 2 times d square y plus 4 times dy minus 8y is equals to 0. Okay, now if you can take, now you see that y can be taken out, so it becomes d cube minus 2 times d square plus 4 times d minus 8 of y is equals to 0. Yes, all of you take a pen and a paper and start working with the steps with me. Okay, yes, now see, take this bracket. This bracket is, it's very important for us. It's a function of d, and I told you how to write the auxiliary equation using this bracket. Okay, in my previous session I have already told you what you must do. You should only consider the bracket terms and replace every d by small m and equate that whatever you get to 0. So how will you write? The auxiliary equation AE is m cube, because it is d cube here, minus 2 is there, d square is there, so that should be replaced by m square, plus 4 is there, d is there, so replace it by m again, minus 8. Now equate, no need to write y, nothing, just auxiliary equation means you have to only consider the bracket, replace every d by m there and equate it to 0. This is the step of writing auxiliary equation. Okay, once you get the auxiliary equation, now you see it's a cubic equation in terms of m. You have to find out the roots of this equation, okay, or zeros of this equation. So how do you work for the zeros of this equation? I see that there is m square common from the first two terms, and I see that 4 is common from the next two terms. So m square, if you take common from the first two terms, it will be m minus 2. I can take plus 4 common from the next two terms, it will be again m minus 2 is equals to 0. Or you have m minus 2 into m square plus 4 is equals to 0. So we have found the factors of this auxiliary cubic equation. So I hope up till here everyone has followed. Okay, now this bracket has to be equated to 0. So from the first bracket, m minus 2 is equal to 0, you get m is equals to 2. That is the first root of this equation. Next, this next equation is, next bracket is m square minus 4 is equal to 0, or m square is equal to minus 4. Okay, so what is m then? M is plus or minus 2i, is it not? M is plus or minus 2i. So one is the real root, the other is the complex root. Okay, the two are complex roots. Okay, so how will you write the solution for this differential equation? for this differential equation. Okay, how will you write the solution? The solution we write as yc, that is the general solution. We write yc as, first is the real root and the other two are imaginary roots. So first write the solution how you write for real root. Okay, since there is one single root, so the real component or the way of writing the solution for first part is a real way only. So c1 into e to the power real root into x you write, is it not? This goes for the solution for m is equals to 2. Now there are other two roots which are imaginary and they are in the form p plus iq, plus or minus iq. P value is 0, q value is 2. Yes or no? Just compare it, the form with the standard form I have taught you. Okay, plus now how do you write the solution for an imaginary root? Yes, I have taught you in the morning, I mean to say the previous session. P is 0, right? So it will be e to the power 0 into x, which will be 1. So next, I'll just put it in that standard form only. C1, okay, already C1 is used, so I'm going to use another constant here. C2 cos 2x plus another constant C3 sine 2x. Or it is equal to c1 e to the power 2x plus c2 cos 2x plus c3 sine 2x. Where from this 2 came? 2 is the value of q which you had to write in our solution. Okay? Yes. This completes the general solution or the solution for the given homogeneous differential equation. Okay? Now, I suppose you might face a problem in writing the solution when the combination of roots is coming, like one is real, another two are imaginary, or one is real and distinct, other two are real and equal. In that case, I feel like I would just give a little exercise of, let us do a little exercise with roots and writing its solution. I'll just give you a type of roots here and we'll just write the solutions directly. It's just a practice for you. Just you have to pay attention. Okay? It's kind of practice. I'll just say here practice. So that if you do this practice, it will be easy for you to follow up with the work which you have to do at the end. Because this part, I think up till here everyone will follow. But from this, you may face a difficulty. Okay, for that let us practice. Okay, suppose the roots are, I'll just give you any random roots. You just have to write the corresponding complementary function or the general solution of a homogeneous differential equation. Okay, say if the roots are, say roots are 2, 1, minus 3. First example, 2, 1 and minus 3. You see that the three roots 2, 1 and minus 3, the three of them are real and they are distinct. So how do you, what does the rule says? You can write yc as c1 into e to the power 2x plus the other, yes, next root is c2 e to the power 1 into x, which is x, plus c3 into the last root, which is e to the power minus 3 into x, which is the last root into x. So this is the way you write the solution. Okay, let's go for another example now. What if the roots are 2, 2 and 2? So how will you write yc? Yc should be, yes, the root, see, it's real root, but it is repeated how many times? 3 times, is it not? So how will you write the solution? c1 plus xc2 plus x square c3 into e to the power 2x. Okay, the roots are real and they are equal, and how many times they are repeated? 2 times. Do you follow? Similarly, let's go for another. What if the roots are minus 1 and 3 and 3? See here, the two roots are real and equal, but one root is distinct. So how will you write the solution for yc? How will you write the solution, or what should be the way, or what should be the rule? For the first two roots where they are repeated, will follow the repetitive pattern, and where it is distinct and real and distinct, will follow it the other way. Okay, so it should be c1 plus, since the two are repeated, so xc2 e to the power minus x, because x is equal to minus 1 only is repeating, right? Plus attach one more constant, say c3 e to the power 3x, like this, the last root. I hope it is clear to all of you. Similarly, let's go for another solution, another pattern of roots. Say you may have the roots like this, 2 minus 2, 3, 3 and say plus or minus I. Plus or minus I. See, there are, first is plus 2, then minus 2. The two are real and distinct. What about 3 and 3? The two are real and equal. What about plus or minus I? They are imaginary roots. So how will you write the YC? First, write the solution for these two. Okay, using the two constants C1 and C2. How will you write the solution for real and distinct roots? You write it as C1 e to the power the first real root into x plus another constant C2 into e to the power the another real root into x, that is minus 2 into x. This part is done. Now you should continue writing. Now you have to write again plus. Continue your solution because still the roots are not over. So you have to continue and complete up till here. Okay, and your complete roots, include all of them in your solution. Okay, so next pattern is what? It is real and equal. The two are real and equal. So we should write the solution for the two real and equal. So use another constant, say C2, C3 and C4. Say I will write C3 because 3 is repeated twice. So XC4 into e to the power the one which is repeated. What it is repeated? It is only repeated twice, so only two terms will come. Okay, into e to the power 3x because that value is 3 which is repeating twice. Okay, now plus. We are done up till here now. Still we have to do the solution for plus or minus I. Let us continue with that. So for plus or minus I, see, it is again in the pattern P plus or minus IQ. Okay, the value of P is 0, Q is 1. Is it not the coefficient of Q? I mean the coefficient of I, which is Q, it is 1. Okay. Okay, so let us write the solution for plus or minus I. So it will be what? Yes, e to the power 0 into x because P value is 0. Okay, now already C3 and C4 are used, so use some other constant now. Arbitrary constants anyway, so you can take as many as constant depending on the roots, right? So there are 6 roots here totally, so you must use 6 constants separately. Okay, C5 cos imaginary part of the root, which is 1 into x, plus C6 sine of the imaginary part of the x, imaginary part of the root into x. Okay, e to power 0 is anyway 1, so you need not even write that. Okay, I have just written to make you understand that the pattern is followed. Okay, nothing else. I hope up till here everything is clear to all of you. Similarly, I'll give one more example with the roots and writing YC. Okay, say if the roots are 3 plus some okay, 2 plus or minus 5i. Okay, look at this. There are totally 6 roots again. 5 roots again. Okay, 1, 2, 3. The 3 is repeated thrice, and plus or minus 5i means plus 2 plus 5i, 2 minus 5i. Okay, these 2 roots plus these 3 roots. So total of 5 roots. So you need 5 different arbitrary constants to write your YC. Make a note. So first you will write YC with respect to these 3 roots, okay, which are real and equal. When the roots are real and equal, they are repeating thrice. So you should have 3 terms. How they should be? First, constant as it is with no x, plus 1x into C2, another constant, plus another term should come with x square. Why? Because already x is done. We have no x. So please remember this pattern, all of you. So C3. So 3 terms are done. And what root is repeated? 3. So e to the power 3 into x. That root into x. Okay, you are done. So solution for this part is done. Remaining part is here still. Okay, but which is the imaginary part. So continue your solution writing plus in between. Now already C1, C2, C3 are being used. So use some other constant and write the solution with respect for these imaginary roots. So so it will be e to the power the real part of the root, which is, what is the real part? It is 2. So 2 into x. Write another constant. C1, C2, C3 are used. So I'll use C4 now. C4 cos of imaginary part of the root. What is the imaginary part? It is 5. 5x. plus, next you have to use another constant C5 into sine of the imaginary part of the root again. So you have first you have to write the solution for the first 3 real and equal roots. Later on, continue your solution with other constants for the imaginary roots. Pattern will be same, but constants will vary. Okay, in theory I have given using C1, C2, C3. You can use any, because anyway C1, C2, C3, C4, whatever constants you are using, they are all arbitrary. Okay, this is a brief work or practice for you to understand how to write YC whenever a set of roots is given to you. Okay, with some more problems and some more interesting ideas will work with further sessions. Okay, continue in my next session. Thank you.